Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fate Eternal Wait. Episode something. Episode 4? Yeah.
Yes.
Last time, the team managed to summon Berserker? Question mark. And after running into a bunch of mages trying to kill them, as well as the cops, the party managed to make it out relatively unscathed with the help of Jay's impeccable negotiation skills. And now they're all flying off to Bristol, the United Kingdom, if you will. And so yeah. Now, it's been a good few hours. Just flying off. There have been talks, and some people can sometimes like grab stuff from the fridge to have some drinks, have some snacks. But eventually, the light starts to stream in from the outside of the windows. That blinding light that always is the eternal enemy of people who fly on airplanes. And yeah, so as everyone kind of wakes up, not quite having a not quite having a long rest. Exactly. 6 hours have passed. And Katya, you as you kind of slowly come to, you fell asleep on Saber's shoulder, but you kind of wake up looking up at her. She's rested you more comfortably on her lap, and kind of sees you stirring, looks down at you, and gives you like a slight smile. Welcome back to the land of the living, Master.
Yeah. That is mildly out of character, but I'm gonna start saying. Yeah.
I just jolt. Just like, huh? What happened?
You managed to fall asleep, and I believe we are entering the airspace of the United Kingdom now.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You seem to sleep soundly, but I'm glad if you had a good sleep.
Right, so I look at Saber, and then I look at the rest of the party, just like, is everyone just aware of this? Like, I don't say it out loud. I just think to myself.
Well, Marvin said to you, like, hey, morning sunshine, want something to drink? Coffee?
I'll have some tea.
Oh, go on.
Fuck. Hold on, I need to turn down.
Well, you said were people offering coffee?
Another round breaks up. Morning sunshine, you want something to drink?
Coffee, no cream, extra sugar.
Kind of taking a peek behind like the curtains here, kind of Berserker kind of comes out and says, Master, unfortunately I'm not entirely sure how to create coffee or tea. You might have to do this yourself, regrettably.
No worries. I've got coffee, and Jay just stretches, kind of getting off the couch.
You think one of our travels would take us to Peru? I heard they have the finest coffee over there.
Hmm.
No idea. Hey. Jay, you're going to get coffee. Alright.
Yeah. Dude, is it actual sugar? Or is it the stupid sativia wannabe sugars?
It is actually sugar. Like there is there's the good stuff here. It is a private jet. It's not like a public airplane or anything. So you've got a lot of stuff loaded in. It's basically most things you possibly would want. Obviously, you can't have like steak and caviar, but it's nice. Almost homely.
Ivan's just doing that thing that tall people do on planes, where like they're just struggling to like find like a place that they can put their legs.
Yeah.
Why not be on the couch?
Because the couch is taken. It's been taken for the last few hours.
There's a whole,
No, there's another one here.
There's a whole other couch
Oh.
right there across from you.
No,
Ivan moves.
Ivan probably didn't notice that couch. Alrighty. Nice pot of coffee cooking up.
Rice slept well.
Well, as well as we could.
After being
Go ahead.
normal. Tell you first.
No, I'm just saying. Well, as good as we could sleep in these circumstances. It's been a strange couple of days.
Has it?
I literally. You guys actually did get sleep.
Ivan looks
My line
over
of
very
work.
slowly. Just nods very slowly. Yes.
Look, my guy. I can tell when people have a rough time sleeping. You're probably used to a regular bed. Personally, I'm used to sleeping almost anywhere. I've literally trained myself to sleep standing up.
Exactly. Ivan just like sort of stops for a moment. Just decides. You know what? I'm not gonna say anything. He decides internally. Just
What's it
stops
called?
mid conversation.
What's it called? Saber kind of like very much like faces you, Katya, but kind of like just addresses everyone with this kind of. Have any of you been to the United Kingdom in your past?
Been there twice or thrice, but never for the long run, so to speak.
I lived a good decade.
I practically lived there my entire life.
Actually, oh, go ahead.
Never mind. He just like sort of curls up on the couch, like fetal position.
Can't.
Yeah.
Jericho, I presume I have taken jobs in most countries, right?
Yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't have made it to the what's it called? You are from you're not from, but you have lived in Ireland for a while, and the clock tower is situated in London. So you've been in the United Kingdom for it's basically your headquarters.
Yeah. So, well, yes, I have been in a lot of countries for jobs, but it's the place I visit most to get my jobs.
I only ask this because I am most curious about how things are now, especially this Bristol. It was not a settlement in my time, so seeing a more modern city would be very interesting to me.
As modern as 1890s, probably. And what I know for a buddy of mine stays in Manchester, it hasn't changed much since then.
Still, 1890s is much later than the 500s.
Also, Saber, you want to try coffee?
Kind of
I get.
kind of looks at Katya, kind of like as a sort of like thing of like, should I try coffee?
I
It's
prefer tea. Don't. I don't know.
I
Everyone
mean,
has a preference.
it was made around your time, although the Moors mostly had it.
Ivan just sort of like looks down and just says, I haven't had either in years.
Then I will try a modern coffee, and you should most likely hand one over to Archer's Master as well.
Oh no, I'm fine. Just it's I haven't drunk one in years for a reason.
Bard, your mic is fucking up.
Mic is not coming through too well.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you
Yep.
a bit better.
Alright, how's that?
That's
Yep.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So what, you don't like it, like dietetic, you don't like the taste of it?
No, it's no. If anything, I somewhat miss it. It's just, there are reasons I'm not gonna go into.
Look, if it makes you go to the bathroom, that's normal for some people. Mm.
Do they have burgers over there?
This ain't Steak and Shake, alright?
It was worth a try.
Actually,
Over
Master, would we be able to... Of course, time is of the essence, but... The Grail has uploaded into our servants' minds the knowledge of most basic things, but it does not tell us the details. I would like to try what the modern industry has managed to make of modern dining, fast food. It seems rather interesting.
I might be able to get Elias to stop by a restaurant or get some fast food on our way to the manor. It's a little bit outside of the Ivan just sort of like struggles to find words and also speak. So right now he's a little bit like it's outside the sort of urban area a little bit.
We'll go. I'm stumbling over my words now. It's infectious. Bugger. Yes.
I believe there should be some good takeout somewhere. Haven't really. He just sort of stops himself. Just I think Elaine or Elias will know a little bit more about what is available.
Kind of as Jay passes by, just kind of manifesting in I too would like to sample some of this fast food.
You know,
Don't do that! I have a hot pot of coffee.
At this
Freaking
point,
asshole.
I think I'm starting to get used to it. But I think you better do what the big man wants. I think if we tell him no, he might just I don't know, decide to brew his own coffee, and who knows how that'll end up.
Okay. Thankfully, I did not spill any on myself or on the floor. Whew. Okay. Don't spook people holding coffee. Anyway, Saber, would you like cream and sugar? Oh wait, no. Sugar wasn't really a big thing yet. Till like maybe 12th, 13th century.
I would appreciate being able to try it, however. You are right, it is not something that was popularized during my time or even readily available, even to a king. But I would like to try some.
Alright. Going back into the kitchen, getting a couple of coffee mugs, doing something that I usually do and something my grandma taught me. Putting cream in first, then the coffee, then a bit of sugar. Not putting a lot of sugar for friggin' Saber because just the taste. The coffee. Alright. And alright. Here we go. Now, careful, it can be a bit hot and might be a bit bitter. It's an acquired taste, really.
Very well. I am used to bitter tastes. And takes a little sip. Go ahead, Bori.
Yeah, while that is happening, Leon's gonna look over at Ryder and ask him, I know you lot said that you don't retain the memories from the previous manifestations, but do you not even remember if you've been manifested and had coffee before?
Every single servant, I believe, is an independent manifestation. Think of us not as the bodies resurrected of great heroes. Think of us as the manifestation of the ideals of those heroes come to life.
So, would that mean that if, for example, I would summon Kukanas and Lancer, he would recognize me?
It would be the
Most
opposite of that.
likely not.
So no matter what, they won't remind their previous time.
Exactly. No matter what.
Well, shite. I think this means that you can experience a lot of things for the first time, multiple times, if you're summoned multiple times.
And if the next Holy Grail War comes around and you summon me again, we will be able to have these riveting conversations once more, like we never had them before.
Right.
Exciting.
He thinks for a moment. He's like, "Fuck, that is true. Yeah, I better win this so I don't have to do this again."
Yeah. Ozymandias, you want some coffee too, or no?
Also,
Yes!
Ryder totally fucking took Jay's spot while he was up.
He just stares daggers at him.
I would quite like to sample some of this, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
I am
Well, it's
used
from
to
your
the
neck
bit-
of the woods anyway.
Yes, I am used to the bitterness. I believe modern chocolate is much sweeter than it was in my time, and I look forward to sampling it. However, for now, if we are making ourselves comfortable, I will have a comfortable drink.
Mm-hmm. Making sure not to put sugar in his or cream.
I presume that everything Marvin would know about the Homeland Advantage, right?
Yes, Marvin would know about the mechanics of Homeland Advantage and like
So,
the existence of it.
yeah, Marvin would say, oh, by the way, Saber,
Yes.
you're gonna experience a significant power boost when we arrive in K.
I
Just
see.
be aware of it.
Then I will use it to its full potential.
It happens every time a servant is in their land of origin.
Hmm.
Being summoned for in your land of origin would make things a bit more permanent, and still gives you the normal boost if you're in that land.
She kind of like nods her head and we'll just say like, then kind of turning to Katya. My master, I promise that while we are here, I will make full use of these abilities to the best of my ability.
I just kind of give the thumbs up as I'm like drinking tea right now.
Kind of as this conversation happens, kind of shimmering, her voice coming in before she, is able to speak. Master, if you permit it, then yes, I would appreciate. I would quite like to join in with the conversation. However,
just nods.
it does not look like you are joining in the festivities. You're sitting quite far away from them.
I tend to have trouble speaking with people.
Ah, I see. Then, kind of standing up, grabbing your hand, and
Oh
just
shit!
dragging you over, to the rest of the people. You know, kind of, just kind of basically like forcing you into that seat over there. I will go make us some tea, master.
No, please. He is definitely like not sure what the fuck's going on.
And as Archer, kind of like makes tea very politely next to Jay, you all kind of like hear the bing bong. This is Caldia Airlines. I am very sorry for the delay. We should have been there an hour ago, but there was some turbulence that I had to get through. It's really thrilling flying a plane again. But we are going to be entering Bristol airspace. It is approximately 4:30 a.m. our arrival time. It is a chilly 3 degrees Celsius. And otherwise, it seems rather sunny, if not overcast. While you do have a time limit to get to Land's End, I will also remind you that it's very important that you all have a good time here. Make the most of your world trip, go shopping, have some food, and don't forget that Berserker and Saber over there kind of need clothes. Can't really have someone walking around in a night outfit. I guess you can have someone walking around mostly naked, but I would advise against it. Again,
Wait, does Clea still have Ivan's coat?
he gave it back, but you can give it to him after.
Ivan's just gonna say just until you can get something a little bit better. You should probably wear this. Ivan just takes off the coat. I think it would be more noticeable, right? Since it's because normally it's more covered by the coat. The scar on his neck.
Yeah, very much more recognizable when you take the jacket off, and Cleos kind of like nods and bows and puts it on. And, you... So yeah, like, the intercom goes off. Archer comes back with, you know, 2 cups. You think they're 2 cups of tea, but she's made some for herself and just leaves you with, like, basically an empty cup just to have by your side, you know, to fidget with if you need to. And she kind of, like, sits down. Yeah. And she kind of, like, sits down, very much like, you know, in the traditional sort of, like, Japanese sitting of, like, you know, like, you know, back, yeah, seiza, like, back upright, you know, on the knees.
Marvin would speak up and say, Saber, may I ask you something?
Very well.
I thought I'd give it some time to let everything sink down, but back when we were fighting Kleos, you seemed to recognize him.
She kind of says, I recognize the power of a berserker, and in a moment of weakness I seized up.
So you recognized his strength, not necessarily him?
Indeed. As Ryder has so succinctly put, servants cannot remember their previous life states.
Oh no, that's fair. I just thought maybe with a lot of magic energy and tense situations, things might pop up.
I mean, hell, even you were panicking at one point.
I almost died in the first hit.
Kind of Kleos looks down in a way, kind of like makes himself a bit small and just says, I apologize for that, master.
Oh, don't misunderstand. It was cool how you did it, and I'm impressed by your skills.
I'm almost positive he likes
For a
getting
moment.
beat up.
Why
For a
do people
moment,
keep saying that?
Go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, go in, Nathan.
For a moment, and after seeing like Kleos like curl up, for a moment in Ivan's brain, he's like, "Oh my god, he's just like me."
He's just like
One of us.
for real. Yeah, like he's even in the coat as well. Like, oh god, that's what I look like.
Listen, Leon, I don't like to get beat up. I just like to thrill and experience and fighting techniques in battle.
So...
That sounds like getting beat
yeah,
up.
that doesn't...
No,
Sorry to tell you, mate, but that does
Because
sound like
if
you'll get
I-
allowing to getting beat up.
if I beat someone in that battle without getting beat up myself, I still enjoy it. It's not the necessity of me getting beat up.
I see, it goes
So
both
you're a
ways.
battle junkie.
Yeah, you can... So, you know,
Sorry, we won't judge.
You know, I won't make any more comments if you don't want me to, but it's, you know, it's kind of clear to us, mate.
Battle junkie is more accurate.
Also, I don't think he said that in character. What was it called?
No,
No,
Marvin's-
Ivan just blurted that out. He didn't. He didn't.
Yeah.
He's just.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So eventually, everyone kind of like approaches the, you know, you all kind of feel the plane kind of tipping down a bit and says, "We're going to be arriving at Bristol Airport. It should take 4 hours to drive from Bristol to Land's End with ideal traffic conditions. So don't worry about the trip there. Make as many stops as you want. There's a shopping center very close to the airport. I would advise that you head there and at the very least get some clothes for Saber and Berserker. But if you have like a sheet or something, I don't know if you have a sheet that you can put over Saber. Might be a bit useful."
I have some clothes that I can borrow. Might be a bit big.
Ivan gestures at the curtains of the private jet.
Can't we just say we're going to a cosplay convention or something? Wouldn't that be easier to explain?
I mean, Marvin does has his cosplay outfit on.
Ivan just looks like he's in a fucking suit without like the jacket.
You know, cosplay convention could be easier to explain, and to be honest, this suit cost more than you would presume it would cost.
Is it roughly about like $500, $1,000?
It costs
No.
100,000.
$10?
No,
Like not 500,000. He said $500 to $1,000.
oh, no, a bit cheaper than 500. Think I ended up
$11?
around 200
Oh,
for everything. Well, maybe.
Ivan remembers that Eddie has like Virgil cosplay in his wardrobe.
Yeah. You know, it makes people question you more with, is it dude okay? Is he what a strange man than being scared because you walk around with weapons and riots you.
Well, now that you two are done talking wealth, so is that explanation good enough for us? I can't believe nobody thought of that before, but
I did.
I mean, hey,
Kind of,
at least some people are on the same page.
yeah, like kind of Ryder just goes, wait, no, what's again, fucking Ryder? Fucking Troy, just kind of, actually, I guess he can't really hear you. So, yeah, I guess Ryder will say, well, actually, no, Ryder will just straight up ask, this cosplay you speak of, I do not believe the Grail gives us, knowledge on that front. Can you explain it to us?
Think of it more like
Ivan just
costumes
immediately shut
and a performance.
I see. Yes, you shall all be my performers, and I, the great king, return to this land.
That's not how it's
I was
more so-
explaining it as a way to think. Also, Ramses, friggin', I don't think the common people will remember, will still acknowledge your pharaohness, because we're heading to a different kingdom with a different king and queen.
Also, you don't need to be complicated about it, mate. It's just putting on costumes and pretending to be characters. Like, there's not much more to it than that. So yeah, we can just say
Ivan
there's from
remembers
some
back to when he was like 19.
obscure property, you know, in the late 80s, early 90s, something like that.
Saber will kind of like look over to you, Katya, and ask, would you still be willing to lend me your spare clothes, master? I believe it might be at the very least less conspicuous.
I am going to say this, however, out of character. Saber in an oversized hoodie would be really cute.
Yep. I gotta draw it. But yeah, I've got like 10, 20 hoodies back there. So yeah, I can spare.
You just open the fucking briefcase and it's like literally just hoodies.
Yep. I have one for hoodies, and the second briefcase contains literally everything else.
I would just ask, do you at least have some track pants? Oh, wait, you have another. Oh, okay.
What's it called? Saber actually like, you see, like, she is actually able to manifest her armor plating off as you kind of like watch it disappear in like a flash of brilliance, leaving behind like a skirt, well, dress rather, but you know, it kind of fits the color of the hoodie, which is pretty fun. But yeah, Saber will basically, you know, go into essentially, you know, like the cargo area in order to, you know, change. What's it called? Yeah, so you. So yeah, is there anything else anyone wants to do? As the plane makes its way.
Ivan's
Where's-
just gonna.
where's- oh, you first?
Oh, go ahead. It's not. Mine's probably not
No,
important.
you, I insist.
Okay, go ahead. No, you go. Go. You go.
You!
It's okay.
You.
Okay,
You.
I'm gonna be.
Friggin' A.
I'm gonna be the fucking referee here. Nathan, go ahead.
Okay, Ivan's just gonna like look at Archer, just ask him. Are there when we touch down would you like me to get you some clothes as well, in case you want to walk around and look about?
I would very much appreciate that, Master. Yes, if you are willing to, of course.
Ivan just nods. It's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have asked Elias to prepare or some or that. Actually, maybe Eve or Cleus.
There you go.
Oh my fucking god.
Catch.
But yeah. So you all.
Wait, I wanted to say a thing.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I know what I was like. Where's Caster?
When you say where's Caster, kind of like shimmers in here. I'm here. I've been here the entire time. Listen, I'm not gonna come out if I'm not being called upon. I respect if you know, the Masters gotta do their little heart-to-hearts, and I don't want to be intrusive.
I mean, it's alright. You want some coffee?
I'll be all right. I mean, hey, if anything, I'm gonna keep this. Well, servants can't entirely get full, but I want to save my palate for when we're actually in that shopping center the pilot talked about. I want to try out some of that food.
Alright.
Ivan and just like sees Caster just notes. Oh right, I just do need to warn everybody beforehand and once before we actually get to the manor, just about a few things. Please do not. There are a few places that I would suggest not trying to get into. Specifically, the archives and my workshop. Both of them are reinforced and booby-trapped with fairly ancient magecraft from back way before my grandfather's time. It's specifically made so that nobody can enter easily unless they have been permitted to. So just try and avoid those, please.
So you booby trapped your toolbox. Okay.
Kind of.
Classic mages.
I mean, hey, at the very least, Caster says, I mean, hey, at the very least, we've got a secure base of operations. Doesn't really help that we're going around the world, but I mean, if something goes wrong here, at least we should be able to be all right then.
Like,
Otherwise,
who
it's gonna
really
be-
trapped an archive? Like, why
Oh.
does he have something to read?
Oh, right,
Um,
Master. Oh, Jay, sorry. You still need to get used to that.
You're
Uh,
fine.
In a sense, a mage's workshop is essentially how could I say this in a way you'll understand? It's kind of like a home base, like a headquarters. Think of it as a lair. There you go. Like a lair. Every mage can set up a lair, and they're super powerful in it. That's what a workshop is. It's not just your old regular workshop. So it's pretty important to keep that secure.
Thinking in his head, but also accidentally turning on the telepathy unintentionally. Like, thinking to himself, so man's got himself a bat cave. I mean, it makes sense, but...
You know, Master, kind of like saying in like telepathy. I'm not entirely sure what a bat cave is, but if that works for you, that works for you.
Oh, shoot. Gotta think in his head and out loud as well, like, oh, shoot. I
Also,
turned it
hey,
on.
you're starting to master the telepathy thing. That's pretty cool. No normal human can pull that off.
I guess it's unintentional. I unintentionally turned it on, I guess. I'm not sure how I did it, but I might figure out later.
I mean, hey, maybe you're secretly a prodigy, Master.
Oh yeah, if anything, if we're going out and about, it might be, people might get strange looks from a guy who's 6 foot wearing a whole bunch of druidic robes. I mean, as far as England, maybe not too much, but still, you gotta find you something as well, Casper.
Yeah, I've got some things in mind, though I don't want to blow your budget too hard there, Master.
I've got my ways. Oh, we'll figure something out.
All right, sounds good. And yeah. So eventually, you all touch down at the Bristol airport. As described before, it's very much when you step out, it's quite chilly. There's lots of clouds, and the morning sun is not quite out yet, as in the image. It's still kind of dark considering it is winter. You're able to essentially sneak past customs. Troy has his ways. You're able to get in basically. Well, it's a while to get through, but essentially, you're able to get through to like kind of like the the guest area pretty quickly. You still have to go through some like metal detection scans, but you see like the security guards kind of like you see like for example, Ryder kind of like steps rather not Ryder, like Saber steps through, and it kind of like starts beeping off some metal stuff, but the guard just strangely just says, "No, just pass through." And you get the feeling that maybe you've got some maybe Katya's got some guys on their payroll on the inside.
Hmm.
For the ones that aren't Iron Hip, it's that's the thing.
Oh shit. Oh, sorry, I thought I was mute.
yeah, that's
I
right.
just found a white hair on my head. So
Oh.
just continue.
Yeah. So you managed to make your way through, and within this airport, there are just like you sit yourself down on like some waiting seats, and you got Ivan. You get a text from Elias, who just kind of says, the limo is ready, waiting for you at arrivals.
Ivan just sort of just gestures for everybody to follow him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so when you get to arrivals, you see this. How tall is he, Nathan? Because I forget.
He's like fucking 4 foot. He's
Yeah.
like 4 foot. He's like 4'6".
Yeah, like a very small man. He's got brown hair, blue eyes, looks very startlingly similar to Elaine. As
I don't think they've met Elaine.
I
Not yet.
not yet. Okay, that's fair. They haven't yet then. But yeah, so in you all see him like kind of like brown hair, blue eyes, in a red, jacket that isn't the same as Ivan's, but looks very similar. Kind of bowing to all of you and says, good morning, all of you. I believe you are all I believe you are all allies of Ivan. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Elias, servant of the Krov family.
Yo, nice to meet you too.
Hello.
Pleasure to meet you, Elias.
Everybody wants to sort of stop at the mall just to quickly get a few articles of clothing and some food. I remember asking you for clothing before, but I don't think you had their sizes, so probably best that we get most of the clothing there.
Kind of nods and says, I did bring some of your clothes. And so if you said that there was someone who needed them in that size?
Ivan gestures to Cleos.
Oh, of course. Kind of like looking up at him, kind of like, how did I not notice you? Well, sir, I will have some clothes in the back. Cleos kind of nods and says, I'm grateful. Shall we get going?
Yeah, Ivan just like, just sort of leans down, just whispers, do you happen to have, Cherry Capri Sun? I think Elias knows what he...
I made sure to bring the cooler.
Thank you.
But yeah, so you all kind of like head in, and well, Ivan's coat made him very, very much look rich, and the limousine certainly helps with that with that sort of aesthetic. It's very outside. It's like a normal black limousine, but the inside very much red with sort of like probably not actual gold, but gold encrusted sort of decorations. There's like a cooler. There's like some food and drinks. It's a limo.
You know, the only time I've ever been in a limo was, well, mostly funerals, but never like going someplace, high class society. And Jay kind of looks through the cooler if there's like mini bar or like just some drinks.
You see that like there isn't actually any real drinks in there. You see a bunch of juice cartons, basically, of just like, red juice. They're kind of like clear, actually. They're not really like, anything.
Is this blood?
And just
Do you
like
ask it out loud?
Yeah.
Ivan just like sort of freezes up. No.
Let's see.
That doesn't sound very
Gotta be at
confident
least
to me.
Gotta be at least a soda or something. What the heck? Guess it's all the little Capri Sun. Yeah. Kind of looking. Does it actually have like the Capri Sun sort of motif that you usually have?
Some of them do. Some of them are just like clear plastic shaped in like a Capri Sun shape, but like some of them do look like repurposed, like Capri Sun.
Hold up. I'm gonna make an insight check real quick.
Yeah, right.
Insight check. Okay, this man likes to mix his own drinks. This man likes to mix his own drinks, and he's doing the old Coachella tournament thing of friggin' you mix your thing and put it in an old Capri Sun pack, seal it up, and take it for later.
What's it called? Katya, with that 7 insight, I will remind you that the way I've always rolled insight is it's about figuring something out. It doesn't influence the way you think. So you can suspect anything you want. You just can't ascertain anything.
I'm basically just gonna be, I'm gonna accuse Ivan of this being blood, but I'm gonna do it in a joking way. Like I don't generally think it might be, but I mean, I'll just put on a weird vampire act. Who am I to judge?
Wait, hold up. If this is the thing of like some of them are actual Capri Suns and some of them are, you know what, Jay might say, okay, man's like, and he said, man's like bloody. Man likes his cherry vodka and Bloody Mary, what have you. Let me try some at least. Taste the straw if there is it.
Yeah, there are some straws attached, so you just grab them.
Ivan's just like Ivan's like actually panicking.
Is he gonna try and stop him?
Ivan looks at Elias.
Elias is in the driver's seat.
If it's like one of regular limos, it's like a divider.
Grabs it from Ivan just leans over, like grabs it from Jay's hand, just quickly checks to make sure whether or not this is actually a Capri Sun at Elias pack, or if it's
It's the clear ones. Jay got the clear one.
Yeah, this is a clear
he
one.
Thought
these are the
thought
Ivan just like does it, just like grabs that out of his hand. It just hands him the actual Capri Sun. He just says, maybe don't have these ones.
Hey, what's the big idea? Hey, what's your deal, man? Like, you ain't got sodas, you ain't got. It's too early for beers.
Leon just kind of jokingly said, "What we don't know is that we just locked ourselves in the limo with a dead apostle."
Not dead apostle.
Well, maybe we did. The car starts up, and you drive away. But you know, it's a limo. Go ahead if you want to roleplay more.
Like, I don't just go snatching folks' drinks out their hands.
I'm sorry. Just please, just don't. Ivan just doesn't know how to compute. This is
I
not
do.
I
working.
mean, if you don't like folks touching your private stash of drinks, make that clear first time. Like, if you if you don't
Ivan,
if you don't
Ivan's
like
just
your
gonna-
party drinks being touched, that's fine, I
Ivan-
guess. Like,
Ivan just silently hands what do you call it? Ivan silently hands Jay the actual Capri Sun.
So,
Yeah, so Marvin, you're staring at this guy, and I mean, he's suspicious as shit, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
not. But you can tell that, you know, when he said like not a dead apostle, you could tell he was telling the truth about that, but he's like lying by omission, basically. Like,
yeah.
not technically, you know. Like, there's something very suspicious
So,
about this dude.
Marvin says, you know what? It's your secret, and that's fine. But even though you're not lying about being a dead apostle, you're not exactly speaking the truth.
I mean,
about
hey,
what's going on.
let's not stress the boy out here.
Saber kind of actually speaks up and says, Master, if you will, I believe that in order to form a strong alliance, we should lay our cards on the table, especially if it's something as important as and serious as potentially being associated with a dead apostle. Don't you?
Ivan just immediately like he seems actually insulted by that. He says, "Associated with a dead apostle?"
What other explanation is there, Archer's master?
He like for a second there, like he actually like you see he like starts scratching at like the scar on his neck. Just like, and immediately he just goes, if you think that I am he is trying his best to speak right now. He seems agitated by almost the insinuation that he is that of this.
You, Ivan, you kind of like feel like hands appear like on your shoulders and just kind of like Archer manifests in the limo, just kind of like trying to hold you steady. And kind of looks over at Saber and says, Now, I do not believe that you will get anything out of anyone if you are constantly confrontational, Saber. Let my master come out to all of you in his own time.
You Archer. He just like slumps back into the seat, like, and you see like that clear bag that he had taken from J.A. with like the straw in it. He just immediately like he just immediately starts drinking it from it and just like sighs.
And hold on.
Just don't touch the clear ones, please.
okay.
Leon just saying, be honest, mate. Those clear pack drugs, I bet they're drugs. If you don't answer, I'll just shoot the drugs. And after that outburst, just kind of slumps back, and you know, might be drugs.
See, Jay thinks it's like the party bags you take to special events that say, don't bring outside alcohol.
Yeah, it's just Coachella, yeah.
Marvin would say, like I said, you can tell us whenever you're ready. But I swear, if it comes back to bite us because you didn't tell, you will have a problem.
I understand, but please, I just he just starts scratching at his neck again.
Hold
this
up.
time, like a lot more gentle than before.
Okay. Jay will remember this. He's got an idea later.
I've just Slups just says, let's just get after we get to the mall and get back to the manor. Just fine. Let's just drop this conversation for now, can we?
Kind of Leon looking at Marvin. What do you think? I'm on
Yeah.
a lot of drugs.
Well, it says, you know what? What I think for once will be secret.
Saber kind of just nods to you, Katya. And you all eventually show up at a very familiar sight to you, Katya. This is, you haven't been here too often, but it's a place of some personal significance. Bristol Shopping Center.
Imagine if we pass through Exeter and we accidentally meet Jericho.
I tried looking, like, when I was looking up for like images for the Bristol Shopping Center, I was like, oh yeah, wait, fuck, we did just go here, huh? But yeah, so you arrive at this large shopping center. It's got a lot of different stores, a lot of several levels, food places, like food places, clothes, and a whole bunch of stuff that will make for a pretty good visit, especially with all the money that you guys have.
You mean all the money? I'm broke.
Yeah, we
Spent
didn't.
it all.
We didn't like. Some of us still have the currency of our homeland or another country. I'm not sure if that's
That is true, yeah.
valid here.
That is true.
Yeah.
Sucks to be yours.
Ivan's actually just gonna ask Elias, just say, did you break the family card?
Kind of says I did not, because I don't want you spending too much.
Same.
Well, of course you don't spend much on yourself other than necessities, but I worry that pressure will cause you to compulsively buy for others because you're too generous.
I'm sorry. Okay. I would just like decides. Yeah. Okay, that's a very good point.
Yeah. So yeah, you will have been able to sort it out at the airport. Obviously we're just gonna be using dollars universally, but yeah, like in character, you would have been able to sort the money stuff out at the airport, and also those of you who have credit cards, that's fine.
Oh, actually, hold on. In that case, I may be just good with the credit card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ivan is actually gonna, like, first things first, just like takes a Ryder still in spirit form to get clothing.
Ryder?
Not Ryder. Sorry. Archer. My brain is shitting.
Okay, I was just thinking, like, hey, I'll buy you clothes.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So, she kind of, says, Master, I suppose I will keep an eye on you, but shop around.
Ivan's actually like through mental link just says, I was actually thinking more so that you could pick something out and just tell me which ones you want, and then maybe I could just like put them in the change room and you could manifest in there,
Yes,
and I just
I can
walk out.
I can remain in spirit form, Master. I am able to venture out while keeping an eye on you. My independent action allows me to be several kilometers away from you without any complication.
Yeah, choose some clothing and I'll just pay for it afterwards.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah. So are you all gonna be like shopping as a group, or are you going to be splitting up?
I don't know. Cleo's already stole all the clothes from Ivan, so
Yeah,
we're good.
like Cleos basically looks like Ivan right now.
What's it called? Leon would, address Ryder even if he's not physically here, like through the mental link.
Yeah.
Library of Runa. Oh, okay, that's pretty legit. What's it called? He would address Ryder and say, "Alright, Ryder, cards on table. I should probably also get you some modern day clothes as well. But and hear me out here. I know you're used to a particular type of high class luxuries, which we can't really afford at the moment. So let's establish a budget. Anything that starts bordering above the 3-digit number, I can't afford. Not for you. So, maybe I'm being a little bit too generous with that margin, but let's just start with at the most 3 digits.
At the most 3 digits. I understand, Master. I will search out and find the most exquisite low-budget outfits.
Most to mid exquisite. Okay, let's keep it that
way. Very well. Cleo's kind of like, actually, Marvin's BRB. Saber kind of like looks to you, Katya, and just kind of asks, "Is it necessary for us to go clothes shopping? Would you still like to? Otherwise,
I would love to."
Very well.
As I kind of begin jogging in front of everyone.
I imagine you like take Saber by like the wrist and just like go.
Maybe. Would I? You know what? Sure. Let's go. We're going on an adventure.
Yeah. As
going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship.
Katya, the previously pretty level-headed, sort of like, professional hired gun, just kind of runs off. Literally runs off. Kind of Ryder just says, "We should not let them get too much of a head start. Come, Master, let us go!"
Ivan's just gone.
No, boy. Leon just gets dragged along by Ryder.
Yep. As people have like run. Oh yes, go on.
Before he leaves, before Katya leaves first ahead of everybody, Leon's gonna say, "Made back up here in 2 hours," and then yeah, that's it.
All right. So.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so everyone heads off. Marvin, Cleos actually kind of like sits in the car and just kind of asks, Should I just wait here, Master?"
I mean, do you like food?
At the risk of sounding willful, absolutely.
Then let's try and find a Popeyes.
Yes. I will follow you to wherever this land may be. And So yeah, everyone heads off. And Ivan suddenly remembers that none of them have each other's numbers. Fine. I mean,
We said meet at a certain place.
No, we traded numbers, right?
No, I don't think we did.
no, never.
I thought when we got back on the plane, we traded numbers.
We'll probably
No,
do
we
it
did not.
Because
afterwards.
I wanted to make sure that we didn't get lost of each other.
I like the idea that like this is the incident that makes Marvin realize, oh god damn it.
God damn it, that was only in my head. No.
Like, here's the thing, Jay, after he does his shopping, like, what I do, usually, after I finish shopping, and I'm with, like, a group of people, I usually people watch, walk around for a bit, and I'll eventually bump into people from what I remember them doing.
Yeah, but our group exists out of Ivan, you, Leon, and Katya.
We're pretty easy to spot, to be fair.
After,
I mean, if
I-
anything, Leon and Jay will be the hardest, because they actually look like regular people.
I'm more in the
Um,
sense, if we get attacked here, Jay doesn't know shit.
I mean,
Ivan
here's
is
the thing,
scared of shit.
You
Katya
say that,
probably
but
creates
Jay
trouble.
knows his own shiz. Like, he's not gonna be the derp who gets jumped by some goon in the mall.
But yeah. So I want everyone to roll me
Um,
d20s. Since we're splitting.
oh no.
Since we're splitting up, I'm just gonna do the order in which we do it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Katya.
Holy shit, we're going last.
Katya first.
Okay, Katya first. Okay, I was gonna just say like do a tiebreaker, but okay, Katya first. So Katya, you kind of like head off with Saber, kind of going to like a few shops, trying out a few clothes. Saber, kind of like looking around, like especially like when they the first shop you go to is like you go to like the female section, right?
Hmm.
But you see Saber instinctively follow a sign to go to the male to the male section upstairs, and she kind of like starts to wander off on autopilot upstairs.
You know what? I'm not gonna stop her. She can buy what she wants.
And but as you kind of like walk, she kind of like looks around as she's making her way upstairs and says, "Master, this bottom floor is the section for women, yes?
Yep.
I noticed quite a lot of trousers.
Yep.
I'm glad that this modern era has such progressive tastes."
Okay, out of character, quick thing. I don't know if Ryder had. I mean, I don't know if Archer has the same taste and went to the same store. That
Most
could
likely
be
not.
really funny though.
Most likely not. But yeah, so kind of says, "Come to think of it, Master,
Mm.
you don't exactly dress like a lady that would be prevalent in my time. It's quite refreshing, I must say."
I mean, it's embarrassing.
I see. Well, nevertheless, let us go try out some clothes.
Indeed.
As the first outfit she picks out is one that in your head, oh no, you watch her go over to a leather jacket, and you know how expensive those are. But when she kind of like tries them out, This is the outfit, and this is the price. I feel quite free in this outfit, Master. Is this... Do you think it suits me?
Wait. Stomach visible? Goddamn.
Yeah. I didn't say that.
Master,
You know,
Master, do you need me to take you to infirmary?
No, I'm fine. I'm
look
fine.
You look quite sick. Your face is all red.
No. This happens.
Very well.
Game panic.
And,
Fucking amazing.
Would it be a first time?
and so yeah, you go on to a few more other shops. We've got, she tries on, like, there's another shop where she's very much like unsure. I imagine like you pick this out for her and you're kind of like, she's kind of unsure. Not in like a sense of like she doesn't, like it gives her gender dysphoria or anything, but it's just kind of like a thing of, I haven't worn something like this in, well, since my youth, but she tries this on. She looks a bit not embarrassed, but like a bit like, this feels weird.
This feels impractical.
Yeah. I do not believe I'll be able to manifest this outfit very quickly into my armor. This might be a bit impractical for me, but it does feel... I do enjoy the textures.
Nostalgic?
I did, yeah.
I mean, hey, it can be a casual outfit for when we're not in combat.
I suppose that is true. I'm not sure how much downtime we will get in a Holy Grail war that spans the entire world, but I suppose. And yeah, those are the... I'll say that those are the two outfits that we get. So which one do you want to buy, or do you want to buy both?
Both.
Both is good. All right. So, add those. Add that to your inventory. Name it whatever you want, and subtract those dollars from yourself.
Yep, we'll do.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, Marvin, you search around for a Popeyes. I'm gonna check if there's a. Actually, no. Unfortunately, even though you've had amazing, an amazing time at Popeyes in like different countries, unfortunately you realize that the UK does not have one. It's 2023. Popeyes actually just appeared in the UK at 2024. They appeared this year, so unfortunately they're not here.
Like, no. Here's the thing, Jericho. Here's the thing. There's like a little kiosk that's section off, and it says "Coming soon, Popeye."
Coming soon. Yeah, exactly. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, Master. They cordoned off this section, but how can this is this being reserved for the merchant when they get here? In that case, should we wait for them?
Marvin just keeps having the look when he speaks to Clears, like, oh, dear Clears. Please stay this way.
Kind of looks up. Bella Italia. That's a shop belonging to the neighboring country, Rome. Shall we attempt to feast there?
Marvin really quickly on his phone looks up the prices they have there. He's poor.
He is
It
poor.
was his last job.
It's a pretty fancy like Italian restaurant. Let me see. Because we got you
It's
can get.
gonna cost more than what he has.
So you have $27. You said.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
poor.
Oh, actually, you can get two courses a 2-course meal for like $20.
Ah, so only Cleos.
Is it for one person?
Yeah, it's actually like a really fancy restaurant. You can kind of tell. No, not fancy. It's not like high end, but it's still like it's like mid end sort of thing.
I'm just imagining Cleos with like the tiniest pizza.
And you see right to the side of Bella Italia a McDonald's.
No, Marvin says, you know what, Chaos, I'm not that hungry, but let's order for you.
Very well.
Aw, that's so cute.
He doesn't like grab you by the wrist like the other servants do, but he does. His eyes do like light up, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, he kind of comes over. You go over and you enjoy a very nice meal. Like he's basically enamored with everything on the menu, like mozzarella sticks, king prawns. Truly, truly, the people of this world are not so well off that you can casually order king prawns at a restaurant.
I mean, depending on the restaurant.
And kind of like looks through them and eventually settles on like a pizza, try some mozzarella sticks, and he they provide him cutlery, but when the food actually gets here he just uses his hands, which to be
Who
fair,
eats mozzarella sticks with a fork and knife?
kind of like just like starts shoveling them into his like mouth. Like it doesn't look like he's savoring the taste. He's just like shoveling, and within like 5 minutes he's done, and says, "Oh, I cannot wait for the second course."
Oh no!
And well, you did pay for a 2-course meal, so he shovels all of that very quickly, basically as soon as it's given. Says, "I still think I could go for more, Master." Oh, yes, your budget. I apologize.
Don't worry. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It was truly a filling meal. The true hero's feast. I never imagined I would get to experience so many flavors in one sitting. Well, so many flavors in one sitting, not after a great battle has been won.
I just presume Marvin's stomach rumbles.
Yeah, it does.
He's like, let's try and find the others.
Very well. Are you sure you didn't want anything? I apologize, I should have asked if you wanted some of my...
Oh no, I'm sure.
And he nods. Meanwhile, Jay, kind of like, Caster's kind of like walking beside you, very casually, and just kind of says, Master, this is something else. This really is something else. Obviously, I knew about shopping centers and stuff. If the Grail didn't upload modern information into our brains, we'd probably be completely fried by the ridiculous amount that the world's changed.
And also, remember, kind of turning on in his head, thinking about it, like, remember Jay while we're in public.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get it one day, Jay. I'll get it one day.
Wait. Okay. So, We gotta find you some nice threads. A good thing to note, it is winter. I hate the freaking cold. Cause actually Jay, with his like casual stuff, because we went to Nepal, he actually does have this big old uh black bomber jacket. He's wearing some thermal underwear.
Yeah. And
And okay, so here's the thing. A good thing to note, because my great grandmother used to work at clothing stores. A little trick to find really good clothes at a really good price. Number one, buy clothes for the opposite season. They'll be cheaper price because they're trying to get rid of them that are still
Oh.
in stock.
yeah, no, I'm totally fine with that, Jay. You know, us servants don't actually feel the intense effects of heat and cold, so I'm actually fine in this weather. Plus, I'm from Ireland, so it's not like I'm not used to this. You know, thinking about it, if we go to Land's End, Marvin was talking about homeland advantage. I think once we go to Land's End, there might be a chance that I get it too. We'll see, but there might be a chance.
Well, that's something. And kind of looking around for the clothing stores. Like, Jay already knows friggin' Claire. Like, I already know about Claire's, because there's Claire's over in the States.
Yeah.
And friggin' no. I mean, this place looks like a decent regular clothing store. Don't look too pricey, and kind of pops in the shop, looking. Who's at the counter?
Yeah, I'll say that there's just like a dude at the counter, kind of like looks over and says, oh, hello, sir. Can I get you and your friend anything?
Yeah, we're look. Oh yeah, sorry about my friend. We're getting him some new clothes. He's a practicing druid, so ceremonial attire and all, and he wanted to get some decent outfits going around the town.
Roll me this. I guess he's not like roll me deception to see like how. Like, if you fail this, there won't be any, like, negative consequences, because, you know...
It's more like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, sure, whatever, right? Yeah.
8, like...
Yeah, so he kind of, like, looks at you a bit
hmm.
weird and just says, sure, I won't ask, sir, but, yes, we've got, quite a few good clothes for the winter season. You know, if you want to grab some Christmas gift wrapping for anyone, we have that in stock as well.
Don't suppose you can... Well, actually, no, that's gonna be a bit too expensive to send overseas then.
We do offer overseas shipping on our online store.
Alrighty. I might find something for Christmas. Do you have anything still? Well, and about the big and tall section?
Right there, sir. We have a variety of sizes. And, you know, Caster kind of like says, hey, yeah, actually, this looks really interesting. What kind of shop would you have gone into, Jay?
Like, well, Like just like a regular
Yeah.
mid department store. Nothing like
Okay.
a brand anything, because brands means monies.
Money. Yeah. And so I'll say that like yeah. So you make your way in, and you see like it's got like a lot of like cool like casual clothes. You've got like a lot of like unbranded sort of you know, just plain shirts essentially. Some and you know, Castor actually like picks out something that looks very casual indeed. But he seems really like interested in it. And he's like, "Oh. Okay, hold on, master. I think changing room over there, right? I think I like this actually." And he is gonna, you know, grab a bunch of stuff and just, you know, move out. And while you're, you know, while you know, he actually like just like yeah. So while you're waiting, he's very much like you know, he starts talking to you from inside the changing room, just kind of asking like, so how common are these shopping centers? It feels kind of surreal to think that, you know, this sort of thing is common.
It's fairly common in like bigger cities.
Okay. And actually, about that, bigger cities. So, I look to the horizon and I can't even see a possible end to this city. What's going on there?
Well, lots change. Well, lots change. There's not too many. Whoa, I think more out in the countryside here in the UK. There might still be like remnants of old villages, but modernized. But most places nowadays, a lot more people, a lot more families, a lot more places to work. Towns and cities get bigger.
Yeah, I guess it would only be natural that the sort of expansion would happen. You know? I don't want to sound like an old fogey, but, you know, there's a certain charm to how it was back in my day. You know, just little villages, with the odd little monument. You know, going out hunting? That doesn't really seem like it would be possible in a city like this, huh?
Not really.
Well, you know, Jay, I think there's a lot I can learn from you, as well as you learning from me. Sure, you might be out of your depth in a Holy Grail war like this one, but you seem to know a lot more than the other masters.
I guess that's the advantage of being regular person, and then kind of thinking to himself, because that's when it kind of ticked on. Well, aside from being everyone else being wizards and whatnot, I guess being a regular person has its advantages.
And he kind of like comes out with you know, with this outfit. So, what do you think?
Let's see. Not bad. I like the
Yeah.
track.
You know, I like these tracksuits. They're really nice. They're so comfortable.
Yeah, it suits you. You found anything else?
Well, I found something a bit on the pricier side, but there was another outfit. Give me a moment. And he'll come out with this. is a bit harder on the bank, but I really like these vibes. It's got blue as well. That's my color.
Jay kind of sneakers to himself, thinking,
See? I like these
Okay.
vibes.
like, here's the thing, in his head, like, I'm like, you know how sometimes telepathy, in some cases with certain creatures with telepathy, they can project, like, images and emotions and whatnot?
Yes, yeah.
Like, the back of Jay's mind and accidentally turn on telepathy. Friggin' Caster might see an image of Magnum PI wearing those Hawaiian shirts, like,
What's it called? He kind of like, just kind of. Oh, actually, yeah, Master. I think you're right. Kind of like heads over and like just grabs like $2 shades.
wait. Then Jay kind of realized, like, wait, what is he? No, he isn't. Oh, no, he is. I might have turned it on by accident again.
I'm gonna quickly draw those shades on, because I think it'll look really funny. But yeah.
But while he's going to find some shades that look similar to Magnum PI, friggin' Jay's gonna look at the jewelry section if there is one.
You would have actually like, yeah, you would have noticed that. Honestly, yeah, like Caster had some has earrings. So like he's taking them off for this, but he kind of it might be cool to like actually grab him some.
Tracksuit. Maybe might like these stud earrings, and then thinking about it, you know what? It is holidays, and gets a necklace and going over to the cashier, like, could you wrap this up and send this and writes down on a piece of paper this address?
Certainly, sir. I'll do that right away. And he kind of like packages it up, and knits it up in like a really nice sort of box. Just gift wrapping. It says, we'll be able to get this safely to you, guaranteed. And if we don't get it to you in time, we've got a money back guarantee. Here, I'll write the code down for you.
Alright, thank you. I'm gonna pocket in the little discount code. Probably won't use it again, but if they have they have an online shop, might use it. Alright. How much would that be for shipping?
And I'll say that like I'm not entirely sure how shipping prices work, so I'll just say it's negligible. I'll say that they do name price, but they don't it won't take it out of your current money.
Alright then.
Yeah. So yeah, Caster comes back with like $2 shades and some pretty cheap earrings. But they do kind of look pretty good.
Friggin' Jay was actually gonna get along, other than the necklace and the study that he was sending over to see. Jay found like some okay ears, but if he found like a cheaper friggin' shade and some ears, that works too, I guess. Like,
This good value, Jay. This is awesome. Stuff back in my time, one of these earrings would be worth a fortune.
well, it's we'll kind of go. We'll kind of well, making sure since the guy's still wrapping up the present and whatnot, he's
Yeah.
not really paying attention to like, well, the thing is, kind of saying it in a more hushed tone. It's not actual gold. It's not actual gold. It's more of a. It's more like bronze made to look gold. Just like something to look nice.
Wait, really? I mean, honestly, there's something to be said about the, it's something to be said about the ingenuity of people to make it look like this, but... Oh, that's kind of a bummer, actually.
Yeah, if it was-
most fake gold products are usually made using a type of brass, not bronze. Bronze is far too expensive because tin is rare.
Like I was explaining it for Cass to...
Yeah. He's from the fucking
Like-
Bronze Age, basically. But yeah,
But
so...
do you see that store over there with all the glass cases and a bunch of guys and like those sort of outfits that look similar?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I
That-
see.
That's where the real jewelry is, and that is far more expensive.
Hmm. Well, I'm not gonna break your bank. I'll take this outfit if you're willing to pay it. Altogether, that would be like $85.
$85. You know what? as a friggin' stingy dude, as Jay is, kind of looking at it, kind of looking up at, because this is like a little mid-end department store. Are there the little? Do you guys have like the things of like in certain department stores where it's like, oh, certain days of the week, if the tag has a certain color, you get discount or whatnot?
We don't actually have that, unfortunately.
Dang, because I was gonna do something stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there are discount sections. Stores almost always have on sale stuff. So
kind of looking at that. Looking at the tags.
Also,
Because he didn't know where it came from.
yeah.
You know what? I got a funky idea. And put
Oh, yeah?
like... So, Jay's gonna walk around the store. He's gonna put like a couple of similar jackets and shirts from the big and tall section in
Yeah.
the clearance section. and kind of... Because how some little shirts and whatnot have those the little tags where it's not like you
Yeah.
punch them in, it's more like you clip them on. He clips on like swaps a couple of them as they kind of have the same brand.
Caster's kind of
And it
like
was
looking at you, kind of like with honestly like admiration, like this guy is smart.
and like,
I'll say you'll be able to like clip
This
off.
man's got some serious.
Yeah, like I'll say that you'll be able to like clip off like $20 off of that price. So that's
because like I was, and kind of going over. So essentially, like go over the minute, because this is something I used to do, like going over to the clearance section, like take my little scoop, of, like you know,
Oh my god!
sir, my buddy, hold on, my buddy, he had found this this nice jacket and shirt. He found it over. We found it over here, and it looks like it's like 10 pounds cheaper.
Okay. Okay, so this dude's just like a commoner, obviously. So, your spell save DC is 13. Got a 5. Yeah, all right. So you only have to pay $42 for this fucking
Oh my
outfit.
god! Holy shit! Swindler J, baby!
God
Hey,
damn.
look. When I was younger, I legit got a friggin' flask from this high-end department store that was like $80 for like 30. Just saying it was a gift from my cousin who was getting married.
I guess Vorty and,
Swindler J!
I guess the YouTube channels of Vorty and I endorse crime.
It's not crime.
Remember,
It's
it's not. If you steal from the rich, it's not crime.
Yeah.
it's more
Stealing from company.
reassessing wealth, as it were.
This
Yeah,
disclaimer, it's a joke.
Yes, it is a joke.
we
don't mean it.
allegedly. But yeah, so yeah, mark off $42. So let's see, who's got it next? It is Leon, and then it's not a big company, it's at the farmers. I didn't know. What's it called? So, Leon, you've basically been like having to catch up with Ryder. Basically, you notice how fast he moves. And
I imagine he does the Ryujin Satsuki thing where like he does like the slow walk, but he actually moves like a great fucking distance with each with each step.
yeah, no, exactly, yeah. Like he's just like darting around, and eventually, like you're at this like it's not that high end, but it's got like it is one of those stores that have like perfume in them, and eventually you see for a moment you lose track of Ryder, and it's never a good sign. And he shows up. Master, I believe I have my outfit.
Hold on, let's see this bullshit. $176 fucking dollars. Looks over.
He's wearing the gaudiest ass golden suit and tie you've ever seen in your life, and he's like wearing like plastic shades. They're like $1 plastic shades.
Well, that's interesting choice, mate. Don't you have anything? Didn't you find any other clothes that are more, well, less?
What? You would limit me to less when the world craves more? He yells in the middle of the shop, and people are like looking.
Turn around. Oh man, you're just bringing back a lot of. You're bringing back a lot of memories of embarrassment. What's it called? Leon is gonna be like, just doing like the hand gesture of like, come on, man, keep it down. We're in public. But he is gonna be like, oh well, obviously, we might want to have something that is still nice, but also tasteful, and obviously, you really want to stand out. That's fine, but maybe something that doesn't blind me when I turn around to look at you in the middle of the day. Because, well, Ryder, let's look at it from a very pragmatic point of view. If we're caught unawares and you're still like this without going into he looks around, make sure nobody's listening into battle mode. What if the sun glints off your outfit and I end up blinded, even if it's just for a couple of seconds? Those can make the difference, in combat, don't you think?
Roll me persuasion check.
I will fucking try. Persuasion. 19.
19. Okay. So yeah, so he just kind of like puts his hand to his chin. I believe I see your meaning. Of course, it is often unavoidable that people are blinded by my radiant self whenever they gaze upon me, even in the bright of day. But I suppose measures should be taken to lessen that effect, if we are to be going into battle. Very well, I shall find something else. As you see him walk off, and you see like a woman with like her child that's kind of like covering her child's eyes and like just like, come on, let's just go.
Don't look at the weird man. What's it called? Like, if anybody else is still kind of looking around, he just like does like a gesture of like, don't mind him. He's something special. What's it called? And
how many of people actually heard Ozzy yelling?
I feel like they would just be like, to be fair, modern stores are pretty good with soundproofing. Like, they play music inside of them, and when you walk out, you basically can't hear the music. Like, stores are pretty good with that. That being said, I think maybe like Jay and Caster would feel some sort of rumble. Yeah. And shows up, and something more tasteful. I believe this might be to the people's liking. I look a bit more common in this outfit, but I do enjoy the textures that the weavers have used in its construction.
Oh, he goes. He kind of looks at him. Looks very not blinding. So Leon is just kind of like nodding along, and he's like, "You know what, Ryder? I think we just found the type of look for you. It's still a bit up there in prices for average clothes, but well within the agreed upon budget.
Indeed.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying indeed.
Well, I would have been a bit ticked off if you decided to go for something that border in $999. But I'm glad you contained yourself for this.
As I said, Master, I will do my best to cooperate with you, even if it is difficult to my own sensibility.
For a moment I thought you would have wanted us to go into like Gucci or something. Master, this brand says Supreme, and it's just like myself. I am Supreme. Let's let everybody know. What's it called?
I'm way on some bling bling.
I mean, to be fair, this guy's like an actual, pharaoh. I feel like he'd be able to see the Supreme as just a ripoff.
I mean, hey, maybe he wears them ironically. I don't know. But like, what's it called? Upon selecting the second outfit, Leon just kind of nods along and says, "Sure. Well, I think this one will work just fine. Let's go. Let's go pay for him." What's it called? As this is happening, however, just because Leon is a paranoid son of a bitch, he's like, are people still looking at like Ryder, even though he's come back with a more low-key outfit?
Well, people are trying, like, people in the UK are pretty good at like moving past things, right?
Minding their own business.
Yeah, minding their own business, very much so, right? So it's they're not really like staring anymore, but you just have that embarrassing vibe of like, God, everyone knows we're here now.
No, all of the UK knows you're here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, if it doesn't, sorry, if it doesn't seem like everybody's like, you know, going like, who the fuck is this guy again? What's
Yeah.
it called? Then he'll just, you know, go and pay for the clothes, and he'll, as he's doing this, he's like, you know, just out of curiosity, Ryder, have you ever had to dress like a common person before in the past? You know, you never thought one day, you know, you would like disguise yourself, go, you know, walk amongst your people, you know, your subjects.
One thing you must know about a king, Master, is that the people expect you. The people crave that you appear as a golden shining beacon for them, because it is through you that they are inspired to be their best. However, your sentiment is not something that is unfamiliar to me. In fact, my brother used to think the same thing. He was very much a man of the people, so to speak.
Leon is not particularly religious, so he doesn't. He might not know the full story, only just the general bits. And he is going to kind of just think for a moment, but then he'll say, well, and how does it feel like now that you're about to do just that, even if we're not in your land or in your time?
You know, it feels very strange, I must admit. But I wouldn't say I don't like it. It is definitely not my element, and the people most certainly deserve a more regal showing of my brilliance, especially once I get my hands on that grail and return fully. But for now, I cannot say that I hate this.
He nods along for a moment and says, well, that's honestly kind of surprising. You gave me the idea, well, and no offense, right? But when we first met, you gave me the idea that you were going to be a bit overbearing with the whole Pharaoh, king of everything, son of the sun type of thing. He probably says, like, right as we're getting to the cashier, and the cashier probably looks like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And you know, but Leon just kind of ignores him.
Yeah, kind of like, you know, as you're paying, like, you know, like, just kind of says, you know, Master, those with true power and wealth do not have to constantly flaunt it. I do not need to be overbearing, nor do I wish to, because everyone already knows that I am king. Just by gazing upon me, you recognize my royal countenance, and brace yourself for being in the presence of me. And that is all I expect of my subjects, and it's all that I need to do for them. Anyone who says otherwise is merely a pretender, trying to make people think that they are rich and powerful, instead of actually being rich and powerful.
No, you said it, pretender. What's it called? Leon is gonna be like, I think I understand. It's kinda like, how that line go? You know, those who say, he who says he's the king, or he who has to say he's the king, isn't actually the king, you know?
Indeed. I quite like that saying, yes.
I'm sorry, but all this mention of kings just keeps reminding me of that one scene from DMC2.
I thought you were gonna say Fate Zero. What's it called? But,
Yeah.
you know, Leon tries to remember from which show he heard that line. then he remembers, oh yeah, that was that show that had like the shitty final season. And then and then he, just kind of moves on from that. And once we're done, I guess, purchasing the outfit, Leon is gonna be like, well, I'll tell you something, Ryder. I'm just laying everything plain to you. Once we're out of the store, this conversation will happen once we're out of the store. Leon will say, I'm just gonna lay everything plain to you, Ryder. I don't particularly like people in power. Family has been put down by those for far too long. And, so yeah, didn't have the best impression of you when we first met. I'm still somewhat apprehensive, but I can see your cooperation being a bit more amicable now that I know you're willing to reach compromises.
I will try my best to understand your plight. I must not be humble as a king, but I also recognize that for some people, the radiant sun is a gift, but some resent it for causing wanton destruction, refusing to be controlled, being unable to do anything against its might. That I can understand. I hope that our relationship will continue to be amicable, Master. And I will do my best to ensure that it is so.
There's like a pause, I guess, that Leon has for a moment. Where he probably thinks to himself, if this guy is legit, then he might not be all bad. But he doesn't say it out loud, or tries his best not to think it through the mental link. Unlike other people. No, just kidding. What's it called? But he will just say out loud something like, well, let's just hope that the rest of the people can see things from your perspective. I know they mentioned that the one of the other servants is King Arturia, something like that. So maybe they have a similar view, or maybe they don't. We'll see how it goes, I suppose.
I suppose we will. And yeah, so finally, Ivan. So you're just, basically just walking around this, taking all of this in. Just
8 years.
Yeah. You can see Archer kind of like very politely following behind you in spirit form, kind of saying, yeah, just kind of like making idle comments like, this place is quite quaint, isn't it, Master? I see a lot of places to eat. It's like a marketplace, but permanent, I suppose.
I guess so.
You kind of like walk in silence for a bit, honestly. And she kind of asks, Master, I can tell that there are many things that weigh upon your mind, and you do not have to confess them all to me. In fact, you just met me, so I understand that a bond cannot fully be forged in these beginning hours of the war, but I do wish to be here for you, if you need me to be.
I've been in this place in about 8 years.
I see. I sense that this holds some sort of sentimental value to you.
Yes. He just sort of chuckles. This was the last place I spent time with my mother.
I see. I see. And she kind of like goes silent for a bit and says, I'm deeply sorry for your loss, Master.
I didn't say anything.
I can tell.
But
You know, I was a mother as well. So even though I do not know the pain that the child feels, I can understand it deeply.
How about you pick out some clothes? I'd rather take my mind off that topic.
Very well, of course. And she kind of like, takes you into a shop, and she very much like takes picks out two dresses in particular that she seems to enjoy, and she kind of asks like, should we establish a budget, Master?
Ivan's a rich kid. I don't know if he would.
I don't think he would. I think he'd be fine. Like, money's no object. Yeah.
Yeah. Ivan's just gonna say, honestly, as long as you like it and within a reasonable amount, I should be fine.
Okay. And I will, while you wait outside the waiting rooms, she comes out with, two dresses. Here you go. I hope I copy-paste these correctly. Yeah, there you go.
The House of Fraser.
Friggin' high-end mofos.
I am motherfuckers, yeah. The first one's actually on sale. Right now, as of this recording. We're not sponsored.
But if we were, that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
That'd be pretty cool. House of Fraser, I don't think you take sponsorships on tiny YouTube channels with less than 1,000 subs, but call us. I don't know.
Friggin' JP Allen, Macy, Burlington.
Popeyes, how many brands can we get into this?
I would just ask what she would prefer.
Kind of. I believe I would like to ask you that question, Master. Which one do you think works best on me?
Ivan's just like, it's just like internally, like not even through the mental link. He's just going like, what the fuck do I do? Well, not like he doesn't say fuck, but like internally, but like what do I do here? I usually just have Elaine buy her own clothes.
Yeah. She does like strike like a few poses for you, like kind of like twirls around to let you see like how it looks from like different angles, and just kind of has like, I like both. I believe I like both of these dresses.
He buys both.
Oh, I see. And thus,
it's Ivan. He's a rich dude.
And thus, Elias was proven right.
Yes.
How much will that be in total?
95 plus 140 is 235.
Could you subtract that for me? Because I can't brain.
That's all right. I'll do that for you. But yeah. So also thank you, Marvin. I am trying my.
Yeah, I really like them.
I drew both of those dresses
true.
while we were role playing. By the way, like I'm really happy with my ability to just draw clothes.
It should be.
All these outfits are pretty legit.
Yeah, these are like real outfits, by the way. Like I'm going on these like clothes, like things like these are like actual outfits. But yeah, so Marvin, you are able to pretty easily detect the like. You notice that even though it's quite you notice that even though it's quite a big, store, people haven't actually really gone that far. So yeah, you can kind of keep track of most of them.
Alright.
I think one thing's for sure though. Ivan would definitely go and buy something that he remembers from his childhood, like food wise.
Oh, definitely.
Probably
yeah.
like a fuck ton of probably like a crap ton of burgers or something.
Yeah, didn't you
just,
like
like,
specify? I swear you specified McDonald's in like the backstory.
I don't know. It was definitely. I don't think he went to McDonald's. Like his.
Yeah.
It was. I think it was like a fancier place, but like I don't think
Wait a
that
minute,
exists anymore because
yeah.
it's been
I
8
mean-
fucking years.
Yeah, I mean we'll see. I'll double check that, but yeah. And Jay, well, of course, it's very difficult to not spot Ivan, but with that 18.
Well, Ivan doesn't have his coat on.
Yes,
he's
but
just
he is
wearing
7 feet tall.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
How many mofos in England are 7 feet tall?
How many mofo's in general are 7 feet tall?
Aside from like basketball players.
Yeah, but yeah, so basically, like, Ivan's not difficult to spot. You see, fast movement is pretty easy to track, so keeping track of Ryder and Katya, it's pretty easy. I guess, like, considering, like, you're on, like, the middle floor, you wouldn't really have seen Marvin and Kleos, but, as they start heading back, you can pretty much easily see them. For the most part, people watching goes pretty nicely. It's very calm. It's very serene. And, it's nice. And, yeah, so, roll me a clairvoyance check, Ivan.
Wait, a clairvoyance? What the fuck is that?
Clairvoyance is a special skill that you have.
Yeah, it's charisma or spellcasting modifier, your choice, plus proficiency.
Yeah.
Oh, so basically my Arcana, basically same as Arcana.
Yeah, you can roll Arcana.
Yeah.
So yeah,
24.
Yeah, so you're able to keep track of them. Katya.
Yeah.
After you bought, like, those outfits, Saber would actually be the one to kind of, like, drag you by the wrist. Kind of very much interested in seeing what Five Guys is.
I mean, I
would
was going to
probably
suggest
also go
Five
to
Guys
Five
as well.
What do you say, Nathan?
Ivan probably also went to Five Guys.
Yeah. So, Katya. Five Guys. Which is pretty good. And so, I've got the menu right here. I'll post the menu. Actually, I can't post the menu. It's not a actual image file. Damn.
I'm getting a large cheeseburger with mayo and lettuce, the same thing I always get at Five Guys.
Yeah.
Ivan doesn't order anything. He waits for Archer to order.
Yeah. So Saber is staring at all of these options, and is just like keeps like turning back to you, Katya, and back to it, and back to you, and back to it, and says, "Bacon cheeseburger."
Bacon cheeseburger. Alright.
And I believe I would like to try mayo, lettuce, pickles, tomatoes, grilled onions, grilled mushrooms, ketchup, mustard, relish, onions, jalapeno peppers, green peppers, hot
Does she
sauce.
list everything?
She's like listing off all of the topics.
I just order a burger and I just go like, bacon burger, every single topping, please.
And could I try the milkshake with whipped cream? I believe I will have a... Kind of like narrows her eyes. Yes, I see. I'm not used to it, but of course the Grail has told me chocolate is in much more abundance. I will have the chocolate, please.
All right.
And they're like, all right, cool. They're not used to someone ordering every topping, but you know that's what they're there for. And you know, Archer kind of like looks at it and just thinks, I believe I will just have a veggie sandwich, Master.
Ivan just like sort of tilts his head. Are you sure?
Yes, I only wish to eat lots for special occasions. Of course, this body of mine cannot truly change, but it's more of a habit for me.
Ivan just nods, gets and orders that.
And as you kind of like step back for and then like get your orders, you notice each other. Saber is immediately on guard, looking at Archer and then looking at Ivan with like a glare. But you know,
which dress is Archer currently wearing is the question.
I'll say the purple one. Yeah. Yeah, she's wearing that elegant, like, you know, fuchsia, like, long dress, like the $95 long dress, and she's going into Five Guys and ordering a veggie sandwich.
Oh god, but two
Honestly,
shy
though,
people
like-
are.
Ivan just honestly, Ivan hasn't fucking had food in like fucking 8 years.
Yeah, so go ahead, Katya. Two shy people.
Yeah,
two
two
shy
shy people meet. So I imagine we like order. We end up like sitting next to each other, but we just exchange like no words because nobody wants to start the conversation.
What's it called?
I was just like sitting there very awkwardly.
How expensive are burgers?
They're pretty expensive. They're like, you know, the larger ones are like not like $10, and the small ones are like $5. It's
Yeah.
pretty expensive, but the reason why that is because you can add toppings for free. You know, as many. You know, Saber ordered everything, and it just cost $10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
I-
Ryder's like trying to find like where's like Master. What is pumpkin spice?
God damn it.
You know what? I think Leon and Ryder would find Jay and Caster at Starbucks because
Or
I
Jay's like actually just getting a coffee.
like he's getting like, whoa, what time is it right now?
It's pretty early morning. Like it's like maybe like 8-9 a.m. Well, no, I'll say it's 12 noon. So that's when all the
Okay.
restaurants open. So yeah, 12 noon.
So if it's noon, Jay's kind of just getting one of those little cinnamon pretzels that they usually have, and like
fucking.
they get
Right.
coffee and then feeds the two of them. Is Casper wearing the Magnum PI outfit?
Oh yeah, no, he's wearing the shades indoors. He thinks they're really cool.
What was that one like Starbucks drink that was like fucking damn, what the fuck is it called? It was like this really sugary looking fucking drink that I'm
Oh,
pretty
like
sure
the
they
fucking
sold
like
a
unicorn thing.
Yeah, the unicorn
Yeah.
fucking drink.
Unfortunately, those were limited edition, so I don't think
alright.
people are. I don't think you're able to like you know. Yeah, it's a 2017 thing. God
Okay.
damn, it was a 2017 thing. Oh my god.
What's it called? We're
Feel
not-
old yet?
Good thing it's 2023, because otherwise, fucking, you know,
Ryder
Ryder
would buy that.
probably one of those.
When you like, I like to imagine that like yeah, so like Ivan is just like sitting down, watching them all eat. Katya and Saber like eat their burgers immediately, and like Archer's probably using a knife and fork with this sandwich.
I'll be upset.
Meanwhile, Ryder, like, he walks with you, the five guys, well, no, not Starbucks, and just says, like, we meet again, Jay. Shall we sit together?
I mean, nobody's stopping you. Go for it.
Sorry.
Yeah, so, we've got, like, two duos sitting down. Caster kind of, like, nudging you, Jay, just kind of, like, whispering, saying, like, oh, I see, you got a little sweetheart there, huh?
Go ahead with the.
Oh, you. Forget it. Yeah, kind of. Now that you kind of look at his phone, like, oh shoot, I still have my phone open. And like, yeah, that's fine.
Did Bart's actual wife walk in at that moment?
No.
Yeah, I was saying hey to dance too. It's funny as hell. Okay. Which yeah, no. Oh yeah, no. Going back into it. Yeah, that's my wife actually.
Oh, I see. Well, makes sense that, you got a wife, actually. You strike me as the type. I've had my share of, I've had my share of, romance, but, no, never really ended well. Actually, one of them ended really badly. I guess you couldn't really call it a romance, though.
I mean, send ultimatum of be my husband, or I send an army to kill you and your entire kingdom. Is not much of a proposal, if you ask me. Kind of saying that a bit low.
And Ryder just kind of like, sitting across from you, just goes, well, truly, what isn't love if there's not a little bit of war in there? I myself would almost definitely send armies to conquer in the name of my beloved, and I am sure that she would do the same thing in my absence. I do miss her so.
Alright, you were married, I suppose. He kinda just scratches his chin like, I guess I may have forgotten that segment of the story.
Jay kind of thinking to himself and not like, yeah, no, that's a low blow if I mention that.
She was not quite recorded in many annals of history, but my sweet Nefertari, she was the son to, well, my son.
Wouldn't that be the moon?
I suppose you could say that. Though it would be remiss of me to say she merely reflected my brightness.
Then a star.
Yes, my guiding star. Yes, my guiding star. But, what of you, Master? Do you have any tales of your beloveds? Now that we're all talking about ours.
Well, it's clearly not exactly a subject I thought that we would discuss while getting some overpriced coffee. Right.
I got a discount card. I had a discount card, so it wasn't that expensive.
Well, if only you would have walked in like 1 minute before I bought mine. He thinks for a moment and says, "Well, I met my fair share of people in my travels, but none of them really lasted too long."
Caster just kind of like sips his he probably would have just gotten like a simple latte or something. Just kind of sips on that and just, I hear you, man. I hear you.
He looks
Yeah,
over.
I'm sure you haven't had to deal with the stuff that I've had to deal with, but you know, yeah, it's difficult.
Does a mental handshake with with the caster. What's it called? Looking like behavior. I mean, not everybody. Ryder had a wife. What's it called?
Yeah, wife and like 8 kids, right?
Yeah, like 8 kids.
So wifeless. What's it called? You know, Leon just kind of says, I suppose, well, my studies, my travels, they never really gave me a chance to properly settle down with anybody. It's just been one thing after the other. And, I don't know, ever since I met Sarai, you know, I haven't really been getting any breaks. So, you know, that's added, thrown in another wrench in the plans.
I see. You know, you speak of this Sarai a few times. What is exactly your relation to her?
Like, honestly, even I find it hard to explain. It's like sponsor to unwilling participant. Situation. Fucking. To be completely honest, we kind of met just, you know, out of coincidence. And when we both found out we were magi, I don't know, it was like, we kind of had this situation where I explained the part of where I came from, and they kind of just took a liking in the sense of like, I would really like to see this person get fucked. Not in the good way, by the way. More like in the go through.
Like when you, like when you said that, like you see like a Ryder and like Caster just kind of like raise their eyebrow, like and then you say not in that way, and they're like, oh, okay.
Oh boy.
No, more in the sense of like, they like seeing funny things happen to people, I guess is the best way I can describe them. And I guess they thought that me getting caught up in the Grail War was the funniest thing they could see happen to me. So suppose to boil down the connection between the two of us is more like I am a actor performing you know, the greatest TV drama of all for this person.
I see. Speaking of the Holy Grail War, by the way, I am aware that we have been summoned to help stop a Grail War. But do you two truly have no wish?
Look, I gotta keep your voice down still.
I am keeping my voice down.
I can't tell.
Kind of looking at friggin' Ryder and kind of looking at like Sterling doing the hand motion. Up top, tingly voice, inside voice. Let's go down to temple voice.
Temple voice. I believe I can do that. Temple voice. Very well.
They actually managed to fucking shut him up. Holy shit.
Yeah, like Leon, you are amazed by the fact that Jay figured out a way to shut him up, basically.
Well, you know, maybe he is. Maybe he unlocked the new type of true magic by doing that. What's it called?
It's the thing of, you know, Jay knows how to deal. I know how to deal with folks who are like off the walls, like not to the extent of a frig off pharaoh, but in his head's like, I actually talked down one of the greatest pharaohs of Egypt. Huh.
Gets transferred to the Metal Link. What's it called?
Transferred to Petal and Cassidy that as well. It's like, okay, so essentially the whole getting a wish and all that nonsense, it's a thing of, hey, if it's too good to be true, more than likely it is. And every sort of thing that deals with granting a wish, more than likely has consequences from everything I've read. So I'm not, and like any of the wishes that I would have wanted, I'm content with what I have and having some cup, even if it is the facsimile of the cup of Christ that just gonna be some the equivalent of a friggin' genie lamp or something.
No.
I'm not. I'm not that interested.
The way it was described to me is more than just like the cup is just the vessel. I think. I think what's important is what goes in the cup. Maybe.
Yes.
Still. Go ahead.
7. The souls of 7 heroic spirits are filled into the cup, and it then charges the cup with immense magical energy. Do not think of it as a holy relic. It would be facetious to call it as such. Think of it as just a very powerful magic battery that can be used to influence reality in ways that not even 100 magi can do together.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, something like that. I'm not sure about the monkey spa aspect of the of the wish. I mean, if it is such as a great thing as people keep saying it is, then maybe there is no downside to asking for a wish.
Yeah. Aster just kind of says, unfortunately, because it's like a mana battery, really only mages can access it and use its power. Thankfully, you know, the only non-mage here got a caster servant, so don't worry, Jay. I can use it for you. Yeah,
It's
so
fun. Also, you know what? Come on, think about it. Let's say this in the hypothetical scenario, because I have read up on you, Ramsey, and I know of some of your exploits. Now, hypothetically, if it came down to off everybody going at it, and you had managed to be last man standing in this cavalcade of nonsensory. What you wishing for? They kind of sip his coffee.
it is but a simple trifle. What else would a king want from the Grail? I wish to reincarnate myself and my beloved wife into this modern day so that we may reclaim our thrones.
I hate to break it to you, but after your last ascendance, Egypt's already got new leadership. Well, it went through like different hands over the years. First was the Romans, then it was the Greeks, then it was the French for a little bit, then back to the Egyptians. Because I think now they have like prime minister.
Well, even if that may be so, I will be able to reclaim my throne. It is no doubt, even if even my master, who is not of my blood, recognized me as a pharaoh, surely my true people will. And if not, well, I have all the powers of a servant now, do I not?
I'm surprised you would stop at your kingdom and not go for, say, like world domination or something.
I love my people, master. I do not need more. Plus, I already made my fair share of mistakes trying to subjugate an unwilling people in my past, so I would not be doing that again.
Well, don't say you don't, I guess nobody can say you don't ever learn from your mistakes.
Yeah,
Speak
so
for some other leaders, but yeah, I hate to break it to you as well, but what's left of your kingdom? Well, it's changed a lot, and well, now it's more or less like more ceremonial monuments, if
well,
not buried in sand.
that only makes it more exciting, does it not? To see how my people have grown, how my children have blossomed into their own, in the absence of the godly rays of the pharaohs. I do hope that we get to visit Egypt in our travels. It is not one of the marked locations, but I am very dearly excited to see how my people are doing. And yeah, so we're gonna as Marvin kind of makes their way to Starbucks. I want to cut. I want to go over to Five Guys. So in real life, I'm hungry. But yeah, so no. While you're eating, while there's like a silence, Saber actually does kind of like speak up. I thank you. First of all, thank you very much for the meal, Master. This was, I believe I may be asking you to buy me more of these in the future. This was absolutely delectable.
It's okay, I go here regularly as well.
That makes me happy, Master. But on to more serious topics. Kind of stares at Ivan. I will not push...
Ivan.
Oh yeah, go on.
He just sort of sinks into the chair as she stares.
Yeah.
He does the hamster eyes.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll just kind of stare at you and see. I will not push the issue further for the sake of cooperation. But I believe taking this time, we should be more upfront about our goals. While we were summoned to stop a Holy Grail, I want to be upfront with you, most of all, Master. I have a wish that I want to use on the Holy Grail.
What would that wish be?
It would be to correct a mistake that I made in the past. But the point of my words is to ask. I have the full intention to, once we have defeated the enemy masters, to pursue the Grail myself. With, hopefully, with you by my side, Master. But I cannot be the only one who has a wish on the Holy Grail. Am I incorrect in stating this?
First question to out of character. Can I roll to see if I could fit if Ivan knows about quantum time locks?
I don't know about quantum time locks. So I don't know what that is.
Oh fuck, dude. Out of character, quantum time locks in Fate are these like sort of it's how Gaia manages time. Gaia, like the counterforce manages timelines.
Okay, so it's like the pruning process.
I guess
not
fixed
really.
point
It's-
in time.
So there's a certain. So what it does is there are very specific points in timelines that must happen, or else the timeline gets pruned.
So fixed point in time. Wait, okay,
yeah,
okay. So,
Yeah,
so
I
I
just
said,
said it.
yeah, I said, is it the pruning process? Bard said it's a fixed point in time, and then you said no, not really. They're fixed point in time.
It's a weird.
Which
It's
activate
a weird
the pruning
thing.
process. We were both right, and you said that both of us were wrong. Anyway,
Buddy, I cannot brain.
but yeah, so I mean, I can imagine you probably wouldn't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that's like common knowledge for mages to have, and even then, it's not really like, you know. The thing about mages is they have a ridiculous amount of hubris that they are convinced that they can control the world using their own abilities, which means that you probably wouldn't know about the concept of pruning.
Oh, fair enough. That's that. I just needed to clarify that before I started spouting fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
Second and thing, Ivan's just sort of gonna look down, just to sort of say, I do have a wish for the Grail, but I think my main concern is just making sure that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
I'm gonna look at Archer with just like a what about you kind of look.
Yeah, Archer kind of looks down and thinks, I am not sure if I would have a wish. If it comes down to it, I am sure that I could come up with something, but I do not have a particularly strong will for the Grail. I am merely summoned here as a hero to be the support of my master, as I have always played the supporting role for my, well, I suppose you could call them my retainers.
Okay, I guess that makes things easier.
Kind of, Artorial, like, Saber looks at you, Katya, and, like, basically like a thing of, and you, Master? Would you be willing to support me in the pursuit of the Grail? Or...
Yeah.
And do you have a wish of your own?
I guess I do. I mean, it isn't a very serious wish, I must admit. More power would be kind of nice.
I see. And may I ask, to what ends do you wish to have that power, Master?
I don't really have an ends beyond just having fun.
She kind of looks at you a bit quizzically. You don't think it's a disapproving look. It's almost definitely not a disapproving look, but she looks a bit kind of like just like a huh, okay, sort of look, and nods and says, "I see. Then I will win the Grail for you and for myself. And I am glad that at the very least we should not have too much opposition, as far as we can tell."
Hmm.
And then Ivan kind of like detects that everyone's kind of converging on Starbucks. And you know, you all head there, and when you enter, Saber says the fatal words to you, Katya. "What is pumpkin spice? I want to try it."
Oh no!
You know what? I actually don't know. I've never had pumpkin spice myself. Let's
Ivan's
find
head
out.
just sort of swishes around, like the little Gen Z inside of him. Wait, no, he's not a Gen Z, is he? No, he isn't.
No, he's not. He's a millennial.
He's a fucking millennial. Yeah,
Yeah.
The little millennial in him is just like, oh no.
And so yeah,
How can
everyone
pumpkin
has
be spicy.
everyone converges on this this place, and eventually there's a table full of like 10 people.
Which
Uh,
two of them don't have drinks.
No.
Drinks,
Ivan's
yeah.
under the table. He's curled up in the fetal position under the
No.
table. Everybody's
No,
hiding him.
No, he would not be. Archer would not allow him to do that. Archer would give up her seat or insist that he sit on her lap. Like, no, you're sitting down. You're not being excluded.
Oh no.
You know, Master, I do not wish to be too willful of a servant, but I believe that you need to be pushed into interacting with your teammates more for the sake of your mission. So, you will be sitting here. Yeah, Indy's a random lady. And then, yeah.
Like Ivan's expression is just like sort of neutral internally.
Yeah, so you all kind of like meet back up. Everyone, you know, has like spiffy new clothes. And eventually, you all, unless anyone else has any conversations that they want to do.
Well, Marvin is just curious about what everyone was talking about, so depending on their answers.
No, we were talking about life, mate. We were talking about, you know, relationships, both platonic and romantic. We were talking about dreams, hopes for the future, wishes. You know, the usual.
Yeah, friggin' Jay would have clocked Marvin and Cleos kind of walking in and like thinking to himself, but also turning on the thing accidentally again, because okay, 8 o'clock, couple having a lunch date, 3 o'clock, a guy on his computer, maybe he's working. Up. 4:30. Looks like Marvin and Cleos walking into the front door. Okay.
And directly walking to your table.
And coming over here. Okay. Alright. We've got to socialize. Friggin' Cass is just here. Just this somewhat pseudo tactical yet socially awkward mind that's being broadcasted in his head.
Yeah. Like, Castor is just like staring at you while he sips on his latte, like, you know? I like the way this guy thinks.
I
Yeah,
like the color Jim.
Often would say, "Ah, okay. I want to have the what would people and servants want to wish for with whole party, but yes, people are already talking about it.
We didn't really get too much into it. You might still be in time, mate.
Yeah, it's like, what's it called? Just kind of like, you know, like, Castor just kind of says, okay, wait. So,
Mhm.
this is something that we've said before. Yeah, so we're all here supposed to stop a Holy Grail, right?
Yes.
But do all of you have a wish? I feel like that makes things a bit complicated, right?
I mean, it depends. We are here to stop the, stop the thing from happening, but no one has given us any order to what to do with it once we're done. And well, as far as my goals go, I don't have too big of wishes. Actually, would only have one, and I don't mind giving that up. But I was curious what your servants would think.
So Castor just kind of shrugs and says, well, I guess I'll go up first. I don't have a wish. I'm actually just here to fight, basically. I died in a pretty screwed up way, but I don't mind it. I don't really have too many regrets, so this world is pretty nice. Maybe I'll go for reincarnation if I win. I don't know.
When he says that, Marvin actually chuckles.
What? Did I say something funny?
Well, it's just Bizet had the same wish,
Huh.
and so do I if I ever happen to win the girl.
Well,
Only
hey,
I would wish you with the memories of the poor girls.
I mean, hey, I'm not gonna complain if you waste your wish on me. What's it called? Saber kind of like says, I have disclosed my wish to my master, and if my master wishes for me to explain it, I will, but if not, I will keep it to myself.
I have a wish,
Everyone
but-
stares to Katya.
Everyone stares at Katya.
Except for Jay, who's like content drinking his coffee and was like, huh, that's actually a noble thing from Kathy.
I just kind of sit there silently. When I like look up, realize everyone's looking at me. I'm like, did I
Ivan's not.
do something?
Saber asked permission, or well, whether she's allowed or not to tell her dream / wish.
He's allowed. I'm not gonna tell her no.
Well, it is more of a case of if you command me to, I shall comply.
If you don't want to, I'm not gonna force you.
all the seasoned mages kind of like stare at this master who has never once ordered their servant around.
Ivan is in the same fucking boat. He would not be.
He would not be.
Well, yeah, you just see Saber nod and not say anything. Archer says, I, for one, do not truly have a wish, either. Ryder kind of says, and as for me, I have already told my two good friends at this point that I wish to reincarnate alongside my wife so that we may retake the world. Or rather, the world that belongs to us.
I inside Leon. How he feels when Ryder says that.
He seems. I mean, he's not particularly trying to hide it, so I guess I don't need to roll like a deception or anything. He seems like, yeah, just let him dream. Let him cook. He might do something cool. I don't know. Like with his expression.
I guess also with that insight, you notice Ryder's actually talking with an inside voice now, which is weird. Like, how the frick do you have an inside voice?
Yeah, no, Ryder is like keeping to a normal volume, which is ridiculous. But yeah, so, and what's that called? And Kleos kind of seems to be thinking about it and says, well, I suppose my wish is a bit I believe I would wish to correct something. To relive my life without the constant interference of the gods. Even though it brought me great fame, it also brought me great pain. So, I believe if possible, I would go back to a simpler time and relive my life and die peacefully.
Thinking
Marvin is internally screaming like that rhymed.
Same.
Yeah.
thinking friggin' Jay thinking in his head like, okay, I think I know who this guy is. It's so what? It makes sense now.
Well, yeah, so, Caster just kind of says, alright, well, we went around the circle. What about the Masters? What do all of you want from this big cup?
I told mine already.
I have a wish, but I wouldn't say that it's personal. It might be a little bit selfish, but it's something that he very much seems like he doesn't want to talk about it.
If you want to keep it close to the chest, that's your own prerogative.
But at least know that I won't judge you if you tell us what it is.
Ivan thinks about it for a moment. Like, for a moment, he goes to, pull the glove down, and then he doesn't. He just... and then he just puts his hand away.
As you kind of, start to put it, you kind of, hear through the mental link, Archer say, I do not believe these people would judge you, Master. I think it is okay.
Ivan just goes back. He doesn't pull it down the entire way. He just pulls it down a little, and you just see the sort of top of his command seals. But you also see that his wrist and hand are just covered, just from what he's revealed, covered in stitch marks, scars and stitch marks, and he just pulls it back up, after showing it for a few seconds. There's things that I want to heal.
Friggin' Jay looking over at Ivan. Like, is Ivan like, like I remember it was like I know it's like Casta, Jay, Ryder, Leon, like sitting across from each
Yeah,
other.
you've gotten like a bigger seating area now, so everyone's kind of like sitting like kind of like in one of those like curved seats.
We're in the booth right now.
Yeah,
so
you're in a booth. Yeah, I don't think
freaking
Starbucks
Jay.
has booths, but we'll say
I mean,
that
I
there is
don't
one.
know.
We'll just say
It's
there
like
is one. We'll just say there is one.
This is a special Starbucks.
I mean, they don't really have them in the. Well, they kind of have them in the states, like albeit the big old couch, but it's like the tables near them, which
Nah,
is
it's a fucking square table. No fucking way that there's a booth that's round.
But yeah, so yeah.
Jay's like, hey, it's. How have you been, buddy? Dude, you don't have to say anything about that. In Jay's head, he knows what those scars means, but not what they actually mean for Ivan.
Yeah.
Marvin says, you don't have to tell anything, but if you want to open up about them, I'm here. I'm more used to these kind of things than I wish to admit.
Rather keep quiet about the situation. You just see, like, you just hear that, like, Ivan just sounds very weak and vulnerable at the moment. He is, like, genuinely, like, he just seems so tired at the moment, just defeated even.
Yeah. So
Can we just take our stuff and go?
You don't have to talk about those times if you don't want to, man.
Yeah.
It's alright.
and
Let's finish the circle for now.
yeah.
Katya,
Can I just have a cup?
I mean, at that point, me and you gonna have to play rock, paper, scissors with the cup, because even though I don't want to wish, I'm hawking the friggin' cup.
Alright, deal.
Saber kind of like looks to you, Master. I do not believe that we should decide the fate of the Grail on rock paper scissors. Your assistance for this, we will fight.
Just
I
telepathically, I just responds like,
immediately-
I know. I'm just joking.
Ivan immediately after hearing that would say, "If that were what came down to, I refuse to partake."
It was a joke. Like, I'm not taking the stupid thing and deciding it on rock, paper, scissors. Like, if y'all have your wishes, if anything, I don't have a wish. If the cup's worth something, I'll be like, you know what? If it doesn't despawn like friggin' Genie the Ring or friggin' Dragon Balls, friggin' I'll sell it.
Caster
Somebody else.
Caster kind of says, "All right, well, from that we also know Jay's wish, so that leaves one master left. You were oddly quiet when we talked about it before, Ryder's master."
Just Leon is fine. Also, I can't tell if my audio is fucked because my fucking.
You're fine, actually.
my-
It's a bit crackly, but it's a bit crackly, but it's not bad or anything.
Well, it was crackly because I had it close to an electronic device.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Should be better now.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Alright. So, he just says, yes, Leon is fine. Well, my dream, my wish is to be number one. But, now that sounds very vague, but when I mean number one, what I mean to say is that I want to be the one to get his hands on the fucking cup. and on the wish, first of all. Now, I don't want you guys to confuse what I'm trying to say, and with me saying I'm gonna betray all of you the first opportunity that arises, because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I just want to have the bragging rights of being able to reach the Grail, and by proxy, being able to get the ability to be granted a wish. So in a sense,
Okay, then.
my wish is to be able to be in a position to be granted a wish.
Okay, so Leon, that's me, you, Katya, gonna have to go for rock, paper, scissors. So we best to three at that point.
It's not even about being able to be the one to ultimately keep the Grail. It's to be able to reach the Grail. Because you see, as I mentioned before, and I may have alluded to before, I don't particularly like the Mage Association. I think they are a bunch of, idiots. I think they get too cozy in their velvet seats, and they don't care about who they're stepping on to climb up the ladder. I was a victim of that, my family was a victim of that, and I know there's hundreds of other people who were a victim of that. And the entire reason why they do that is because they don't respect anybody whose family doesn't have at least some form of inbreeding in them. Some of those family trees be looking like circles.
Ivan tries to remember his family tree, notices that it's fairly straight.
Now, if your name isn't one of the big mage families, they won't hesitate to use you as a stepping stool or a tool in the worst case scenarios to advance their own goals. And honestly, I'm quite tired of that. And I think there's a lot of people that are quite tired of that. So, in a sense, if I, from a no-name magi family, get all the way to the top and get the ability to not only grasp the Holy Grail, but also be able to be granted a wish, well, that would just make the whole system crashing down now, wouldn't it?
And
I mean, hey, stick it to the man.
So
you won't just wish for that?
What, to wish for the system to die?
Yeah.
Well, I very well could. But I'm certain there's at least some people out there that, well, while part of the Mage Association, aren't exactly subscribed to the same ideas as everybody else is. So, I may be a petty dickhead, but I'm not going to just screw over other people who don't deserve it. I'm only trying to screw over specific. I'm only going to screw over specific individuals. What do you say?
So you seek vindication.
In a sense, I just want to make sure to let people know that even those that aren't born into big name mage families can still make it to the top.
I see.
So yeah, as you all kind of finish your drinks, those of you who are actually drinking stuff, you realize, we got what we came here for. It's probably high time that we head off to Ivan's place. As you leave, Katya, you remember something from your time living here, from your time going to this specific shopping center, that there was this one elevator that brought great luck. While you rode in on it and pressed the button, you spoke out something that you wished to be manifested. You stepped out and entered a world where maybe those things would come true.
I'm taking the elevator.
You all kind of watch. Katya goes towards the elevator. Kind of strange that she's very insistent on going on this specific elevator, but well, Saber follows, and
I just follow.
yeah.
Oh,
Ivan just follows the crowd because fucking Because what the hell else is he supposed to do?
It's going to be so crowded.
He wants to get out of here. It's gonna be It's gonna be faster if they just figure shit out together.
Yeah.
Like, something Cast would notice when, aside from going down the escalator, like friggin' Jay has this weird thing of like when going down the escalator, taking one step forward and then slightly leaned back when going down. Because I have this somewhat this irrational but semi-rational fear of if I go down the escalator, I might just trip and fall.
Oh, this is the elevator, not the escalator.
No, I'm saying if we're going down the escalator.
No, this is an elevator, so you're all right.
there's no escalator in the mall.
You can go down the escalator. You can just skip the elevator because I mean people are piling in. It's probably difficult.
Yeah,
so you
I'm
and
not
Caster
going to
probably
the
just go
elevator.
down. Yeah. So yeah, Caster just kind of sees that and just says, "Hey, I respect it. Keep superstitions alive." And yeah, so you all kind of make it down. The elevator does a ping, the doors close, and they start to go down. And Katya, do you say anything out loud as you're going down this escalator? This elevator, fuck.
I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna say anything out loud. No, I'm
Just quick question. Would
Mhm.
Ivan also know this since he basically lives in Bristol?
No, this is like a thing. This is like a Katya specific thing.
Oh.
But you know, actually, to be fair, I think you probably might have heard some passersby like talk about how that elevator is wild. It's a weird superstition that basically has literally zero base, and but hey, maybe that means it has a lot of mystery. So I guess Ivan would also know.
Just internally, he would just internally internalize his wish. All going down.
Yeah, and Katya.
Because
I'm gonna internalize it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A single
this is
like word enters my mind. Baber.
Babe. Oh, she knows what she wants.
But yeah, so
I'm on a mission.
you all get into the car, and it drives off. You're all just kind of like sitting there. Some servants are staying materialized, some of them are not. Just because it's a limousine, but that's a lot of people. There's 10 people. I'm gonna wait for Vorti to get back.
Does our car randomly explode on the highway?
Yeah,
Is there a possibility to just have clairvoyance check active?
You can. It's more of like a focused incense, right? You can't really have it on. Well, you can't really have it on passively unless it's like a very particularly powerful servant. But roll me a check. Roll me a check
Yeah.
for the entire trip. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's PTSD of the last time we got into a car.
Yeah.
I think Ivan would also just be continuously pinging.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's watch me roll shit.
Yeah.
never mind.
Okay. So you are. So yeah. Thankfully, you feel like you're. You feel like you're all right. In the first place, you realize, you kind of rationalize and think, I mean, the ruler is supposed to show up at Land's End. Why would they be in Bristol? But just in case, you still keep up that clairvoyance. Not much. People are just, in the car doing clairvoyance, trying to check out like if there's any servants nearby, and there aren't.
Making
And-
sure we don't repeat what happened last time.
And as you arrive, you know, the limo parks outside this huge, like, 3-story manor. Kind of, or how many stories?
It's 2 stories with a turret.
Okay, yeah. And it's this very kind of like old-ish looking manor, but it seems like lived in. But there is this sort of pervasive feeling of emptiness, maybe. But you arrive. Elias tells you, you know, feel free, Ivan, you know what to do. And you all kind of step out as he's going to park the car in the garage. But
Here's the thing,
as you all,
before we get out, though,
oh yeah,
Jay's gonna be the last person to get out if that's the case.
Mhm.
I'll take another Capri. Alright, if I get a Capri Sun on the road. Asking Eli and
Yeah, Elias is just like saying like, feel free to take the ones that are actually marked as juice. Ignore the other bags, please.
alrighty. And Jay gonna grab a Capri Sun, but also kind of snagging the clear bag and putting it in his inside coat pocket.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
That's 11.
Damn. All right.
Kind of like, it's more the case of like how you dig into the cooler as little kids when you try not to grab when you're trying not to get caught getting the beers and whatnot. So it's like
unfortunately,
open the stuff.
unfortunately, that doesn't actually get past Elias's passive perception. So he just kind of says, "Please, sir, avoid taking the clear bags." Please put it back.
Feign ignorance.
Is Jay just like
Is Jay
fucking
Bard?
staring like a deer in headlights?
Lord there, what happened?
He got caught. Now his brain needs to process.
Oh my fucking god.
No, I got a call.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, oh my bad.
Yeah. And kind of like, you know, goes back. And so you arrive at this very resplendent manor, very red manor. As the writer says, you know, it's a bit small, but it's about what I'd expect. And that's where we're going to end the session.
This low-key looks like that mansion like Tom was building in the 3D model program.
This map is just made by Nathan in Incarnate.
Pretty legit.
So yeah.
Yep.
You know, I like the medieval aesthetic. You know, it's pretty legit.
Incarnate, baby. But
Incarnate.
yeah, so
Actually, thinking about it, I'll probably ride here on my goddamn bike.
Oh yeah, you probably would, yeah.
But I have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll park
Man,
that as
did
well.
you take your bike with you? Or
No.
Yeah, it was in the cargo of the plane.
yeah,
Yeah.
but we went with limo, right?
Yeah, well we yeah.
Good point.
That is true, and I guess there was like important stuff said in the limo, so I guess we can't really retcon it to have been the bike.
Unless
Or
we,
or maybe we could we can say they kept the bike in the limo, and then during that time we were at the shopping center, Katya managed to refuel it, and now she can use it. There you go.
Or maybe what's it called?
Strap it to the
Maybe
top of a limo.
They can pull like a GTA and have Katya call the mechanic to deliver the bike to the house.
Yeah,
Airdrop it.
Troy
No,
just every
the-
time delivers the bike.
Katya pulled a Dante, fucking pulled the fucking bike out of her back pocket.
Yeah, but yeah, so
Nobody
is
has
the-
a way.
that is the end of this session. I hope everyone enjoyed it, and I hope the people at home enjoyed it.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
You go ahead.
do you want to sign us off or?
No, you know what? I've signed this off the last 3 times. Let's have your outro. I mean,
my outro intro. What's it called?
yeah.
Well, for those of you who have watched till the end, please continue watching and continue watching the rest of the videos that are gonna be uploaded in due time. I'm gonna have to edit the part with my mic hits the fucking floor here, and if everything goes fine, then I don't know why I said that, because nobody would know. But
I'm not gonna edit it out. I'm too lazy for that.
I mean, hey, well, it is what it is. But yes, every view helps the channel grow. Every like helps the channel grow and feeds my ego. And maybe one day we'll be able to to pull some fucking production quality on these ones. But yeah, just I hope the viewers are also enjoying the shenanigans of the Fate Eternal Wait cast. But with that, it'll be until next time, as we're all
Thank you very
signing
much.
out.
Bye.